Hi guys, welcome to Jewel for Real. Today is going to be my 2-week postpartum video, and I want you guys first, before I talk about my last 2 weeks postpartum and what I experienced, I wanted you to meet Linnea Juliet. She's here, she's beautiful, and she completes our family. She's baby number 5, in case you're new to this channel. We're so happy to have her here. She's beautiful and we feel so blessed. She's perfectly healthy and just adorable, and everybody in the family is just having a great time with her and bonding with her and just wanting to be near her or hold her, while the kids are fighting over who's going to be the next to hold her. Guys, before this video, I actually put out a 2-week video on facts about Linnea, of what we learned about her over the past 2 weeks. So go click on that video if you haven't seen that yet, because that will be up first. But this video is just going to be all about what I have experienced in the past 2 weeks postpartum. If you haven't seen our Family for Real birth vlog, then go to the link below and type in birth and click on the link birth vlog. But I also plan on coming out with a birth story on this channel of more details behind the scenes of what we experienced that I just didn't put on the vlog. And so far, we've adapted good to her because she's been a good baby. I think after having 5 kids that when people say, oh my word, how can you have 5 kids? Isn't it so crazy? Aren't you overwhelmed? Well, I really think it all depends on your baby. As you know, a mom of 5, I think if your baby is a difficult baby, then things will seem difficult. If your baby is an easy baby, then it doesn't matter how many kids you have, it will seem like a good transition and you've adapted fine. You know, each time you really don't know what you're getting yourself into until you have that baby and you learn what that baby's like. So for Kellyanna was my most difficult baby because she was baby number 4, but she was my most I would say that was the hardest transition for me, because not because I had 4 kids, but because she was a difficult baby. She had a tongue tie, she was more fussy and colicky, and so it just seemed like very stressful and a hard time for me. So far, it's too early to tell because she's only 2 weeks old, but it seems like an easy transition for me because she's an easy baby. She has no tongue tie, and she, she likes to sleep. She's a sleeper. She just has been a very good baby so far. We'll cross our fingers. We're hoping it continues. So far, going to 5 has been pretty easy compared to going to 4. So guys, say bye-bye to Miss Linnea. I'm gonna be putting her in her swing while I talk about my postpartum stuff and show you my postpartum belly so far. So here's my postpartum belly, guys, 2 weeks after I had my 5th baby. I'm definitely not down to my normal weight. I definitely can't wear regular clothes yet. I'm still this is a regular shirt, but I'm wearing maternity pants still. Just because it's more comfortable with the band. I still wear a lot of maternity shirts just because it definitely looks better on me still than wearing regular shirts, although this is a regular shirt and it's okay because it's baggy. I definitely wouldn't wear a tight shirt yet, a tight regular non-maternity shirt. Hi guys, so here is my postpartum belly. I don't know if you can see it. There it is. I still have a little something there. It's hard for it to go away right away, especially when you're on your 5th baby and your muscles in your stomach have seen better days. They've had lots of kids and been stretched out a lot and they're tired. So it takes longer for them to be sucked back in. So I do have some stretch marks. I'm still wearing a maternity pants just because they're comfortable. But here is the belly after 2 weeks postpartum. So obviously I still have a belly. I still look maybe I'm 12 weeks, 14 weeks pregnant maybe. So that's it from the side and the front. You can see I have some stretch marks if you look close, around in here. And my belly button was pushed out. I got some stretch marks which I'm not worried about. And I know that this will go down over time, although I wish it happened faster some ladies it happens really fast. But for me, especially with being on baby number 5, it takes a while. And I know it will eventually happen, but it just takes some time and exercise for it to go completely away. I only gained 25 pounds of this pregnancy. Most of it was in my belly, so it takes a while for the belly to just go down. I tell my kids that it takes 9 months for you to get that belly. So it's not gonna, for most women, it's not gonna happen instantaneously for it to go away, like right away. It can, you know, if it took 9 months to get that way, it takes months for it to go away. And that's normal. Don't beat yourself up about it. One thing that felt good is my son and daughter, one of my sons and one of my daughters recently said, "Wow, mommy," like just like a couple days ago when it was like 2 weeks postpartum. They're like, "Wow, mommy, your belly looks like it really went down." And I was like, "Thank you. That felt nice to hear." I know it still has some, you know, work to go down even more, but it feels nice that they said that. But sometimes I try to wear a belly band, like the belly band I wore with pregnancy. It's not a pregnancy belly band, but it's just a regular belly band, and try to wear that sometimes to make my back and belly feel better and maybe like suck it in more, suck it in faster. So that is my belly at 2 weeks postpartum. I'll show you again at 1 month. So guys, I actually have to get my thyroid checked soon. The doctor has said to check it 3 weeks out from my postpartum. So next week I'm going to be getting it checked. I'll let you know how that is. But right now I've been kept on the same level I was before the last time I had it checked, before I had the baby. But a lot of times it can go down after you have the baby, and you have to drop your medication lower. Like it keeps increasing as you become more pregnant, but then when you're not pregnant, a lot of times it goes down. So I don't know what it will be. So time will tell. But he has to continually check it, because it could go, if I stay on the same level, I could go hyperthyroid and have another set of problems, heart palpitations and different other things. But he didn't want to have it be lowered or check into it until a couple weeks postpartum, because if you're hypothyroid after you have a baby, it can lead to postpartum depression, and he didn't want that happening for me. I definitely don't feel any of the baby blues. So some of my symptoms since I've had the baby is I definitely feel my hormones like crashing a little. Like I definitely feel that I feel more muscle soreness, and I know that that's because a lot of times you release more hormones that relax your muscles during pregnancy, and then after you have the baby, then when the hormones crash, you feel more sore. And I also feel more emotional, but this time around I feel less. Like a lot of times I felt like crying after I had other babies. This time it's not as much the crying as it is just like getting annoyed easily. I definitely can tell that I get annoyed more easily right now with my hormones crashing. I also, after I had the baby, one thing I noticed, and it might be TMI, but I noticed I have hemorrhoids, and not a fun thing. I got it with Kellyanna, with my fourth one. I don't think I really had hemorrhoids with the first 3 pregnancies, so it wasn't until I went on to pregnancy number 4 that I got hemorrhoids. But now with baby number 5, I didn't really. It's weird because with baby number 4 I noticed it more during the pregnancy than afterwards, and now with baby number 5 I didn't notice it as much during the pregnancy, and then I really noticed it afterwards. I think I got it during labor when I was pushing. That has been really uncomfortable, and I've had to sit on a tailbone pillow to help with that problem. I also had to ordered a squatty potty to see if that helps with the problem, which I will talk about in another video. I also have been struggling with a lot of moms after they have a baby and they start breastfeeding. I've been dealing with sore nipples. That is getting better though. It was definitely worse on week 1, and now on week 2 it's subsiding, although still there. And I've been using coconut oil, actually guys, organic, unrefined coconut oil. That has worked great. I ordered it on Amazon because that's like the cheapest place to get organic coconut oil, and it's been working great. I also, obviously been bleeding, and the bleeding is now subsiding, but I know they tell you as you do more, it can increase again. So far, I've been taking it easy and doing like they said, and only lifting Linnea and not lifting any of my other kids. It definitely has tapered off after week 2, but I know it can pick back up again if you do more activity, and so I'll let you know if it did. And as far as breastfeeding is going pretty good because I have a good baby that has no tongue tie. She's latching good. She had a great latch since the time she's been born. she like just like latched really well onto me, like without me even trying. She just, it seemed to come naturally for her, which I know isn't the case for every baby. One thing I noticed though with her is weird is that she makes a clicking sound when she breastfeeds. And I looked it up, it can mean a tongue tie, but she doesn't have a tongue tie. It also can mean engorgement, in that she's getting too much milk at a time, and it makes the latch kind of like go off a little bit just because they're trying to get air to breathe from all the milk that they're getting. So I think that that's what it is. But she has a little clicking sound when she breastfeeds. The day I had the baby, the nurse had to like express like some colostrum from my nipple because the baby was too tired and wasn't breastfeeding, and she needed to because it had been like 4 hours since she breastfed last. So we spoon fed her. We extracted some of the colostrum from my nipple onto a spoon and then spoon fed her. I know that sounds weird, but that's what we did for her second feeding. The nurse said, wow, you're really producing a good amount of colostrum. That's great. And I know my milk came in good on day 3 after I had the baby because I felt it come in. And what's weird is when I have, I don't know if this is like this for other ladies. Comment below if you've had this problem. I don't know, it might just be like something that I only experience. A lot of times my milk comes in at night when I'm like resting in bed, and a lot of times when it comes in, I get the chills. Like I get like chills, like honest to God, like chills. Like I'm like shivering. I have like long sleeve on, I'm under covers, and I'm still like my teeth are chattering, and I'm like it's ridiculous. Like I get that way for about 15 minutes when my milk comes in, and I just get shivers and so cold. It's the weirdest thing, but it happened with every single one of my pregnancies. I mean, every single one of my children when I had them when my milk came in. So I would say I have some engorgement, but it's like minimal. Like I feel it there, like that it's like it's, you know, quite a bit in between feedings, but it definitely feels like it's manageable right now. I am meeting with a lactation consultant on Tuesday this next week because I've had some issues with Linnea pooping, like not pooping as frequently as she should, and the clicking sound. And I just, you know, I think it's better to, you know, get things checked before they become a huge problem rather than, you know, like, you know, rather check as preventative and work with somebody then. So that's what I'm trying to do. I also plan on going over her mastitis with her because I really suffered from mastitis with my other babies when I had them, having like 5 or 6 like rounds of mastitis in like a 6-month period. And when you have mastitis, it usually lasts like a week and you have flu-like symptoms. It was really hard for me to go through, and it's just why it only lasted 6 months with most of my babies. Talia, the firstborn, I lasted 11 or 12 months with her and only had like 1 mastitis. For some reason, after her with all the other kids, I really struggled. So this time around, I'm doing some things differently, and I'll let you know if they work to see if I don't get mastitis as much. I got new bras that are seamless, nursing bras that have no underwiring or extra fabric. Like even sometimes a lot of times when they are like not underwired, they can have like this extra thick flap of fabric underneath your armpit. And I made sure I got completely seamless where it doesn't have any of that extra fabric. I'm taking extra vitamin C, 1,000 milligrams a day, because I read on Kelly Mom that helps with breast infections too, which I hadn't tried with the other kids. Something I did try with the other kids is lecithin, and I am taking sunflower lecithin again this time around. And I'm also, something I didn't try with the other kids is putting coconut oil on my nipple after feedings, hoping that it keeps infections at bay from entering through that way. So I am trying some, you know, I ordered organic nursing pads this time around and changed them more frequently. So I'm really hoping that I don't get mastitis this time around with all that I'm doing. And I'll let you know if it worked. So I am tired, but I'm getting decent sleep despite that, because she seems to go through her, you know, activity in the evening, and then at night she's a sleeper. We can go like a 4-hour stretch in the middle of the night without her feeding. So I feel like I get a decent chunk of sleep and feel fairly decent this time around, which didn't happen with baby number 4 with Kellyanna. So guys, that's pretty much it for the 2-week postpartum update on what I'm experiencing and going through. I hope it was useful to you. Give it a thumbs up if you liked the video. comment below on just different things that you experienced postpartum. If you got the chills when your milk came in too, or if that's just something to me that I just go through. Also subscribe if you're not already, because I plan on putting a lot of videos out over the course of the years. So until next time, guys, fly high and dream big.